Just like 4th of July fireworks, the wrestling world is full of explosive stories right now, as well as stories with burning fuses ready to explode. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at the latest news and rumours, including SmackDown's ratings woes, AJ Lee's possible return to the ring, John Cena being harassed in public, and much more. Let's look at SmackDown's ratings first. The wrestling world wasn't just waiting to see how SmackDown would look following a well-received Raw, particularly since the Red brand scored a bump in ratings. Unfortunately, the 2nd July 2019 edition of SmackDown Live underperformed in the ratings. According to Wrestling Observer's Paul Fontaine, despite the fact that Monday Night Raw this week had a healthy increase in ratings, last night's SmackDown did not follow suit. The show averaged 1.89 million viewers on the USA Network, down 2% from last week. This resulted in just a 75% audience retention from Monday night, one of the lowest marks since SmackDown moved to Tuesdays in July of 2016. It's arguable the ratings numbers aren't as bad as they look. Fontaine pointed out that it was a down night overall on cable, with SmackDown finishing in its usual 8th place overall in terms of total cable TV viewers, trailing only news-related programming. SmackDown also finished solidly atop the ratings in the 18 to 49 demographic, with a 0.56 rating, 27% higher than Chris Lee Knows Best, which follows SmackDown on USA. This being the first week of July may have played a part in the low number. Tuesday's episode only dropped 6% year over year, much better than SmackDown has been doing. Not so coincidentally, the audience retention for the 3rd July 2018 SmackDown was only 74% of the previous night's Raw episode. While the show was somewhat different than previous shows, it's known that Eric Bischoff won't be working in the creative department until after Extreme Rules, something obvious by the 2nd July show. The WWE certainly had to be hoping for better numbers, but with SmackDown still operating under the same creative team, albeit with some fine-tuning such as announcing the night's card at the top of the show and downplaying talk segments somewhat, the differences from past week's show were nowhere as apparent as on the 1st July Raw. PW Insider's Dave Shearer compared SmackDown ratings from 2nd July 2019 and 25th June 2019, noting the small decrease in viewership. As far as YouTube views go, Fightful.com noted the top 5 WWE YouTube videos from SmackDown Live, the highest being the Kofi Kingston and Samoa Joe promo, which equated to 790,000 views. The increase might have been down to the fact that Kofi Kingston swore in the promo, but WWE did not show it on their YouTube video. With Kevin Owens turning face, the WWE should take full advantage of his mic skills on future editions of SmackDown, much as they've utilised R-Truth's comedic gifs for boosting the WWE's YouTube views. But there seems to be a rumour killer on Bischoff being at SmackDown. While it's become known that Eric Bischoff won't be taking on his role as SmackDown's executive director until after Extreme Rules, it was initially believed that Bischoff would be present at SmackDown in order to oversee the show and take in the program's creative end and other logistics. However, Post Wrestling's John Pollock reports Bischoff was not at the San Antonio show on 2nd July 2019. While this hasn't been confirmed, it raises questions how much Bischoff will be overseeing the program's creative chores. Apart from Eric Bischoff missing, there's also been some superstars missing in action. Roman Reigns was absent from Raw, which seems unusual considering the WWE is building up the tag match between Roman Reigns and The Undertaker versus Baron Corbin and Shane O'Mac at Extreme Rules. According to Fightful.com, Reigns went home after the Japanese tour, and in all fairness, The Undertaker did everything that was needed to advance the storyline on Raw, while Kevin Owens' comments on SmackDown furthered the idea that Shane and Drew are running scared from the dead man. Likewise, Finn Balor, the Usos and Naomi were reportedly on vacation, but then again, when was the last time anyone has seen Naomi on Raw or SmackDown? While it's good to see the WWE superstars getting time off, the company needs to make Finn Balor a regular on SmackDown Live. Not only does he put on good matches against any opponent, but he's the Intercontinental Champion, a belt the WWE could easily build up with regular defenses by Balor. The Demon could also be groomed for a main event run down the road, similar to how Kofi Kingston branched out from tag team comedy act to world champion. Balor was Universal Champion at one point and arguably could be World Champion again if he's given time for the fans to get to know him again and appreciate his work. There's also another mixed tag challenge match for Seth and Becky. The WWE finds itself in an interesting booking position with Universal Champion Seth Rollins and Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch not only being a real-life couple, but a WWE tag team. While Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans wait for their winners take-all match with Rollins and Lynch at Extreme Rules, it appears there's more teams looking for a piece of wrestling's first couple. Following Mike and Maria Kanellis' miserable outing on Raw against The Architect and the Man, Andrade and Zelina Vega issued a video challenge, with Vega promising to put Lynch on the shelf. WWE.com posted the video and the following tweet, saying, "The challenge has been laid down. Andrade and Zelina Vega won a piece of Universal Champion Seth Rollins and Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch." Seth Rollins didn't waste any time to respond to the challenge, later tweeting, "I'm down," asking Becky Lynch if she is too. Although Andrade and Vega are both SmackDown superstars, the WWE's wildcard rule could easily make this match a reality and take advantage of the various real-life wrestling couples currently working in the WWE. Although if we're talking about real-life couples, it should be Andrade and Charlotte Flair. But anyway, there is a new match at AEW's Fight for the Fallen event, as the pre-show will now feature a 6-man tag match between the team of MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Shawn Spears against the trio of Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela. The 6-man match will hopefully give fans watching the pre-game show reason to tune into the main show. AEW's Fyter Fest was criticized for a lackluster pre-show, and the same thing can be said of Double or Nothing's pre-game Battle Royal. With AEW offering shows for free on streaming site Bleacher Report Live, they owe it to themselves as well as the fans to get as many eyes watching the product as possible, particularly with AEW's TNT TV show mere months away. All is forgiven though. The Twitter war of words between New Japan Pro Wrestling star Will Ospreay and WWE superstar Seth Rollins seems to be over. As you may recall, Seth boasted on Twitter about being the best wrestler on the planet, Point Ospreay challenge which led to Rollins berating him and going with the cheap shot of asking how much Ospreay has in the bank. Things got carried away, but Rollins tweeted an apology on 2nd July 2019 saying, "After a few days to sit on it, I'd like to apologize to Will Ospreay for the tweet I sent his way about comparing bank accounts. It was dumb of me, and not in line with my values. The moment I pressed the send button, I knew it was trash, but I'm too stubborn for my own good." Ospreay followed suit on 3rd July 2019 tweeting, "Apology accepted, just buy me a Nando's. Honestly nothing but respect for you sir, just a bit of banter in my mind. I've followed your career since you were Tyler Black. I know it's not all the money, it's about the love." And moving on to our next story, AJ Lee could be returning to the ring. 3-time Divas champion AJ Lee hasn't wrestled since leaving the WWE in 2015, but apparently she hasn't ruled out a return. During an interview on YouTube series Fair Game, she discussed her book Crazy Is My Superpower, as well as the possibility of returning to the squared circle. Oh my gosh, I never say never, because every time I say never in my life, I've ended up doing the thing, like I'm never gonna date a wrestler, I'm never gonna date another wrestler, and then it keeps going, and I married one. I say that I don't know what the future holds, to not hold your breath, but never say never. With All Elite Wrestling's all-out show coming to a suburb near CM Punk's hometown of Chicago, Illinois, fans of the straight-edge superstar are hoping he returns to the ring for AEW. If so, could AJ Lee be far behind? And now we move on to our last story, John Cena being harassed by a YouTuber. Now we haven't seen much of John Cena in the WWE ever since the beginning of the year, as he stepped away from the ring to concentrate on his Hollywood career. Hence the reason why he was in the UK, filming for the 9th installment of the Fast and Furious series. Whilst presumably taking a break from filming, Cena was seen shopping in a coffee shop in central London when he was approached and filmed by YouTuber Mo Dean. Cena kindly asked him not to film as he didn't receive any express permission by him to do so and asked him to quietly back off. Despite Cena asking politely, Mo Dean continued to hang around the shop, talking smack whilst filming. As Cena was about to exit the store, Mo Dean wanted to give the Doctor of Thugonomics some advice, but Cena instead had some advice for him. Be respectful, that's my advice for you. You asked if you could take a video, but you're just shooting video. Maybe you should be respectful. Dean continued to say that he's famous, and that he wanted to help him out. Cena replied, "I don't want to talk to you. It doesn't matter who you are. You don't treat anyone with respect. Treat people with respect. Thank you for asking to film a video and then filming the entire time I'm in the store. I don't care who you are or what you do." The video has a ton of dislikes with nobody condoning Modine's attitude towards him. So here's a bit of advice for Modine or anybody who wants to approach a wrestler in public. Give them their space and ask politely. If they refuse, then that's their call. But have you ever had a wrestler turn you down for a photo or autograph? How'd you feel about Modine's actions? Let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.